just to prove that I'm not talking crap, take a look at my Phantom wallet. I nearly have 200 Gs following this simple dev method instead of trading. Now, if you follow this video and follow this guidance, you too can dev by just clicking a few simple buttons, and you will be stacking cash high. This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Now folks, stay with me. We are nearly at the point where I'm going to demonstrate what I've been talking about with this method. But first, I just wanted to have a quick conversation about how the trading game normally goes. Now, something like this, a coin like this, it's going relatively well actually, all things considered, but this is an 8-day process. So the only way you could make some decent profit with this is either you've got tons of money to throw at this coin, and if you've got tons of money, that means you're taking tons of risk. You are willing to wait a long time for this to, procure all its value, but then even then it could drop off at any moment, or you could get rug pulled, or you are just deciding to hell with it, you've got money to waste, and you're just gonna try and get lucky. Okay, now we are not gonna take 8 days to make any decent money. We aren't gonna require tons and tons of cash. Instead, what we're gonna do is, unlike these P&Ls, we're not gonna dip into the red. We are gonna be seeing what's more likely happening at the end here, which is we get a big, massive boost of cash right at the end of our process, which won't take us days and days and days. We're gonna use createcoin.fun. This is our platform that we are gonna use to launch our own coin. That is createcoin.fun, and the best part is you don't need any coding knowledge. There's no coding required. All we're doing is pushing buttons here. So we're going to launch our own coin with a bit of Solana and a few other tricks along the way that I'm going to show you. Okay, so most importantly, there is no coding required, and it takes seconds. Okay, and I will display all of that in a moment. But first, back to Axiom, I'm going to talk about some markets here. This is the pump market right now, and the issue with the pump market is there's a lot of restrictions on things like the market caps of your coins, and also there's tons of fees that get taken at various parts of the process. So even when you do make loads of money, you're losing a lot of that liquidity is going straight to the platform. Okay, so we don't want that, because what we're going to use instead is a different market called Metora. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to switch off a pump, and then we are going to look at the dynamic here, which shows us the Metora market. Now, Metora, as you can see, the market caps are much higher. So a lot of these are going into the billions or the hundreds of millions. On top of that, what you're also going to get is that there are way less fees in terms of our trades. So let's head back to Create Coin. As you can see in my Phantom wallet here, I've got just over $100. That's the recommended amount of money I would suggest you have. Now we're going to connect the wallet simply with the connect wallet button. It will detect your Phantom wallet if it's linked to your browser. So we'll hit that there, and then we're connected. Easy as that. So now we're ready to launch our own coin. So we can come up with a name, we can come up with a symbol, we can put in whatever we like here. It doesn't really matter, Memecoin, whatever, right? We can come up with a cool narrative and tell our friends and get them all to buy the coin and then pull the rug. That would be amazing, but that takes ages. So instead, we are going to hit copy trending. Now, this is a tool on createcoin.fun that allows us to look at the coins that are doing really well on the pump market already, that have already got the hype behind them, and then we can simply just copy one and put it on the Metora market. That means a lot of the hard work has already been done for us. So we don't have to worry about all that marketing. We don't have to worry about waiting all that time, because the hype is already there. Now you can see there's a few details about these coins, like their potential market cap, when they were last paired, etc, etc. Any of these would be a good choice. It doesn't really matter which one you pick, but obviously the higher the market cap, the higher the potential. So we can have a look. We've got Starecat here, so we've got a few here. I might pick Starecat actually with this nice market cap. So we're going to hit copy coin. When we do, your Phantom wallet is going to display this initial request blocked. Now you need to proceed anyway, and then you need to click confirm. You need to tick a box, and then you need to click confirm. This is a normal part of the process. I do this every single time that I run this, so it's something that just has to be done, so don't worry about it. Now the next step is creating our liquidity pool. This is us putting a bit of money behind the token. So when we hit create liquidity pool, that means that even though we've created our token, it's not on the market yet. So we are going to create that now. So the only thing that we need to change here, okay, is the amount of SOL. All right, so that's the only factor we need to change. Don't have to worry about any of the other bits here. Just put in an amount of SOL. All right, so you can see our name there, and the tokens and everything else. I normally put in about 0.2 in terms of Solana. I only put 0.2 SOL in there, so that is a good amount to put in. A bit less, you're looking at maybe affecting your potential outcomes, and a bit more and you've got more of an overhead, so you make slightly less profit. So 0.2 seems to be the sweet spot for me, but try out a few different numbers yourself. So we're going to confirm that transaction there. We put that Solana into the coin, and then we are on the market ready to sell. So we have our information about the coin here. So, you know, you've got the pool there, you've got the SOL, you've got the tokens, and you've got the value. We're currently at $15.40, which is pretty good. So we are going to hit our lightning bolt here. What this does is, for an extra 0.25 Solana, we are going to boost our token to the top of Dex Screener's trending list. Okay, now what this does is it puts us right at the top priority, and it is the secret sauce to how this method works. We have to do this, otherwise you are going to be waiting a hell of a long time, even with the hype already generated. If you want to get this done quickly, this is the way to do it. So we're going to hit that boost button, and we're going to pay that 0.25. We're going to make it back, and then some. You will see. So here we go. There we are. Now we are ready to go. We can watch this now on Dex Screener. So let's have a quick look there. We're going to click Dex Screener. We're going to see how our coin performs. Now we are in. Here we go. Soon enough, you'll see the traders and the transactions will start rocketing up, and we'll start looking at things like the liquidity. So we're already at a K on liquidity. That's fantastic. Our market cap already at 2.5K. That is going to continue to go up and up and up as time progresses. Obviously, it'll dip down on occasion, but overall, it's probably going to be heading up and up because of that boost. So we're going to get all the bots, all the trend chasers. They're all going to be looking for that next trending coin, and we've made it so that the next trending coin is our coin as a guarantee. So as you can see, this is developing very nicely, and I'm probably going to keep this going for probably just a few more seconds, and then what we'll do is we will switch back to createcoin.fun. So we're now back at createcoin.fun, and what we're going to do is we're going to update these values here. We're going to have a look, see how much SOL and what our estimated value is now that we've ran the coin for a little bit. Let's see. So that's just loading a second. You'll see these numbers will just rocket up. There'll be a massive spike. There we go. Look at that. So we've gone from $15 to $788 in value. That is an impressive jump. So 0.2 SOL to 10 SOL in the coin, and we are going to extract all of it. That liquidity is going to be all ours. So we're going to hit confirm there, 100% on the liquidity. Now, if you like, subscribe, and leave a comment, I will put you in a prize draw where you could win half of our profit from $788, guys. So about roughly $600 in profit. You want to win $300? Like, subscribe, and comment, and try this method out yourselves.